neurodiversity. And today, what I am going to talk about is going to be why you should have an outlet or a hobby when you have ADHD, or just in general, because it has so many different benefits for you. And it can be awesome for your day, for your week, for your year, month to month, whatever it is, whatever your hobby is. But I think that it's a good thing to find one. And I'm going to give you 10 reasons as to why you should. Now, before we get started, whether you are on YouTube or the podcast app, go ahead and click the subscribe button for me. As well, if you're on YouTube, ring the notification bell. That will help you be notified and keep up with the podcast and every episode that I release on YouTube. Now, if you're on YouTube, leave a like and a comment as well. All right, with all that being said, let's get started. Let's get into it. Number one. Now, the first reason I'm going to say is this: having an outlet, having a hobby lets you think, lets you free up your thoughts. And the reason I think this is important, because you have all these thoughts going around, just ping ponging around in your brain, and you have rushed here and rushed there, and you still have this to do, you still have that to do, and you can't do anything because you're moving nonstop, and then you're thinking about things nonstop, and you have no thing that kind of helps relax you, no place where you can get relaxed. And so when you have an outlet or a hobby, it will act as that thing. So let's say that you like to go hiking, and hiking is your hobby and hiking is your outlet. So when you set up a day to go hiking, then you go hiking, and you go to the place. And at that point, you're not thinking about anything else. You're not stressed out. You're just thinking about enjoying the hike, enjoying the hobby. Hiking is your outlet to let you kind of just relax for a minute and not think about anything stressful. Or maybe your hobby is something different, like writing. Or maybe your hobby is or your outlet's just for going for a car ride somewhere. Just like driving around, having what they call a Sunday drive could be your outlet or your hobby. Or maybe your outlet or hobby is video games or board games, whatever it is that really relaxes you, that you can use so you don't have to think about all the other stuff that's going on in your life, all the other things that may be really stressful. Something that you can use as a place to let you think and let you free up your thoughts. And it's great because if you find a place, an outlet, or a hobby like that, then not only are you going to be able to have less of those like stressful thoughts and really free up your thoughts, but a lot of times once you get everything kind of out of your mind where you're thinking about all these different things, you'll end up solving problems that you've been thinking about for a long time. You say, oh, now that I am kind of just not stressed now, I have time to really think about this and this and this, and I have a solution for these things now. And I've come up with a plan for these things now. And I just realized I can do this, and this will at least eliminate that part of that thing. But if you don't have an outlet, if you don't have any type of hobby, any type of way that you can just kind of get away and just let you not think about all the stressful things, then it becomes much harder, because now you are living in a stressed life, right? You are always moving from one place to another and never taking time to stop, never taking time to just have some time to yourself, never taking time to do anything that you enjoy because you don't think you have the time for it. Yeah, I could go and do this hike, or I could go here and do this thing, but I just don't have time. But meanwhile, all these things are coming at you, and they're causing you more and more stress, because you need some place, something to help you de-stress. And that's really what a hobby or an outlet is about. Number two, the next thing that having an outlet or a hobby is good for, it's good for creativity. Because think about it. If you are stressed, if you are running here and there, even if you are a creative person, you just don't have time. Or if you're stressed and trying to create, it's hard. If you are just stressed out, it's going to hinder creativity for sure. Like, I know when I get stressed or I'm under amount of stress, then it's hard to be creative then, because you're just all stressed out and just all kind of running here and there and just kind of running yourself what they say, running yourself ragged, you know, that's part of it, right? But if you have an outlet or a hobby, then it allows you to kind of slow down. It allows you to kind of get rid of all that stuff that you're thinking about, that in your mind you're like, oh golly, I have this and this and this, and I can't really go and do the thing I want to. I can't really go and do the thing that I really enjoy right now. But if you have an outlet or a hobby, then you know, okay, hey, you got to make it for yourself. You got to make a commitment to yourself to say, I am going to do my outlet. I'm going to do my hobby. I'm just going to take a little bit of time and do a little bit of it. Take a little bit of time and have a little bit of time to myself. Number three. Now, if you have an outlet or a hobby, it's going to bring up your mood generally. Can't speak for mood disorders and things like that because I'm not a doctor. But if you have an outlet or a hobby and you're not dealing with any of that, then an outlet or a hobby will help bring up your mood generally because you have gotten rid of stress. You have taken time to relax. You have taken time to take your mind off different things that you were just thinking about the whole time, just nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. And when you have an outlet and when you have a hobby and you can go to that outlet or hobby, you can say, this is me time. This is my time to woosah and just let it go. If you don't know what woosah is, from Bad Boys, and the guy said woosah, which just means let it go. Just means to relax, take a step back, and just take some time. And when you have an outlet or a hobby, that's what you're doing. You're taking your time. You're just saying, hey, I'm taking time for me. Some people that I know play board games. That is how they use their outlet. And they'll take the time to play the board game. Some of these board games are really long, which I will not do. There are some games that are like 6, 7, 8 hours long, and more power to anyone that can play a 6 to 7, 8 hour long board game. That's not me. I like 45 minutes to an hour at most. But some people love it. Some people have board games. They play board games for 6, 7, 8 hours, and you're like, that's intense, you know. But that's their outlet. That's their hobby, and that's what kind of just gets them to have relaxation for a minute. And so they take it and they're like, hey, I'm gonna go take my time and I'm gonna play a board game for 6 to 7 or 8 hours, which again, not me. So, but people love it. You know, you sit down, you have some place that you can go, some place or something that you can do that just takes away the stress. And when you take away the stress, when you take away all the things that you're worried about and just have it on your mind, and you have a place that you can just kind of clear your mind up and just not worry about anything for a little while, even if it's only 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it is, just anything that you have that you can do that with, then it's going to generally bring your mood up, because then you're like, okay, I've got this big, huge, like this weight is just lifted off my shoulders for a few minutes, right? I don't have this weight on my shoulders for a few minutes. Yes, I know you have to take care of it later, right? You know you have to take care of it later. But for those few minutes, it's okay. You know, you have done an outlet, you have done a hobby that just lets you relax for a minute. Number 4. The other great thing about an outlet is going to be that it's personal to you. And the reason I say that, it's excellent for you because no one can tell you what your outlet is. You can go to your friend says, hey, I do this for my outlet, you should try this. This might be a great outlet for you, and you don't want to do that. And you say, that's great, but I'm going to find my own outlet. I appreciate your opinion, but that's not for me. No one can tell you where your outlet is. You have to decide on your own. You have to find it on your own. Now, you can get advice from people. I'm not saying your friend tells you they do this and they find it a great outlet and you want to do that, then that's different. But if they tell you and you just are like, I don't really want to do that, then find the thing that you like on your own, right? Find what you like on your own. Find that outlet on your own. Find that thing that you can do that just relaxes you. You may already know that. You may say, this is what I really want to do. This is what really relaxes me. But if you don't, just try different things until you find something. You'll be amazed at the things that you can try and then find. And you'll be like, wow, that was really cool, really interesting. I went to an escape room and I thought, man, I'm going to be like really stressed out and just not really like it. I was kind of just, I don't know if I want to do it, but it was my birthday and I was like, maybe. And I went to the escape room and I had such a good time in the escape room. I was like, wow, I'm not really thinking about anything except this getting out this escape room and find all the clues and using the clues and here and there. Now the other funny part is that I was not so good at finding the clues, and the announcer would come over and say, "Look here," and so you have to go look. After a little while, the announcer, the person that's watching you in the room, is like, "Look here," and you just go over there and look. So that was really helpful too, because sometimes not so observant, but it was still fun, right? It wasn't like a stressful thing. Like I wasn't in the, hey, this is so stressful. It was just kind of fun and kind of funny that you find things you didn't think that you saw before or whatever. But again, that's something I chose to do. That's something that is an outlet for me. Maybe you like to do escape rooms all the time. Maybe that's something you like to do. Maybe that is your outlet. Maybe it is going to like a dinner show, like medieval times or whatever, right? Maybe it is, something like that, having a dinner show where there is performance. Maybe that is your outlet. And so you find a bunch of those during the year and do that. But whatever it is, whatever you decide to do that you can take a little time for yourself, you can take a little time to just get away from everything and just like take some time for yourself just to relax. Number five, one of the best things I think about having an outlet or a hobby is that you look forward to it. And that's one of the amazing things about having an outlet or a hobby is because that's going to be your me time. You know that you are going to do the thing that you like, the thing that you appreciate, the thing that lets you just get stress off for a little while. And so that is amazing, right? Because you are just thinking about all week what you're going to do. When will I get to do my outlet? When will I get to do my hobby? Oh, it's going to happen on Saturday. Great. Maybe you're getting a massage on Saturday or whatever. So you just look forward to that massage all week. And that day comes, that Saturday comes, and you go and get your massage, and you're like, this is amazing. I am doing my outlet right now. I am getting my massage. Or maybe you're just like, hey, I'm going to go on this road trip here just for the day. Just enjoy the ride, enjoy seeing some sights, and you know that you're going to do that on a certain day, and you look forward to that. Or maybe you're just going to spend time with friends, right? Maybe you just go and spend time with friends and just hang out. And you know when that is going to happen. And so you look forward to that all week long or a couple of days or whatever it is, however much time. But it's something to look forward to. It's something you can look and see and say, I'm going to do my outlet here. I'm going to do my hobby right here. I am looking forward to it. Now, sometimes people look forward to vacations, and I think vacations are great and may be an outlet, but a lot of times when you go on vacation, you're still stressing out because you get into your hotel, you get to hotel, go here, go to this place. Oh, we got to get here to go and have dinner at this place, and then we have to go here to see this show, here to see this attraction. And is a vacation really a vacation at that point? Like, yeah, you're not home, but you still have a schedule, and it might be more hectic than when you are at home. So is that really an outlet? I mean, you still enjoy the vacation just because you aren't like doing the stressful things you did at home. But I don't know if a vacation, and sometimes when you go on vacation, maybe it's not as relaxing as your outlet or your hobby, right? It just depends on how you approach having a vacation, I guess. But when you have the outlet or hobby and you want to do it and you schedule it or you know when you're going to do it, you can just sit down and think about it and look forward to it. You might be doing something else and just looking for, okay, I'm going to go do this, do my hobby, do my outlet. I know the day and the time I'm going to do it on. I'm looking forward to it. Or maybe you're going to do it, do your hobby when you get home from work and you're like, wow, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go do my outlet or my hobby because it's going to help me de stress from work. Number six. So, have you ever heard about self care? Is that something that you do? If you don't know what self care is, it's when you take time for yourself to really do the things that are good for your overall health. And living a stressed life all the time is not good. Just is not. And you can ask your doctor if you are having stress all the time, and they will probably give you a suggestion to do something to de stress. And they may give you a suggestion to say you need an outlet or a hobby. Not a doctor, just that's what I think. But the most amazing thing that when you start thinking about self-care, then you start thinking about things that you can do that are good for your overall health. And having an outlet and having a hobby is something that is good for your overall just well-being, right? Because you are doing something that allows you to get rid of stress. You are doing something that allows you to relax for just a little bit. Just having a little time to yourself for just a little bit. Just doing something that you like for just a little bit. And I know like people have responsibilities and things they got to do and things they got to get done, but you also need to take a break, especially if you have ADHD. Because if you were doing things a long time and just keep doing them and doing them and doing them and never stop, one, it's going to be hard for you to do that when you have ADHD. Two, you may not give your best at whatever you're trying to do. And so just stop, take a break, take a little break, take a little time to do something else, take a little time to do your outlet, do your hobby if that's what you want to do. But just take a little time to stop. Number seven. You know what's amazing about having an outlet or a hobby? It helps to create a routine. And you're probably saying, what? Why? Why would it help to create a routine? Because now you are thinking about every day or every week or every couple of days, however or whenever you do your outlet or your hobby, you are scheduling it in. So now you are creating a routine for yourself each and every week, each and every day, whatever time you do your outlet, whatever activity you do, you know that this time I'm going to go do my outlet. Or at this time, I'm going to go and do my hobby. And maybe it's not the same exact time every week, every day, whenever you do your outlet. But the amazing thing is that as you're doing your hobby, as you're doing your outlet, you are creating a routine throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month. And then eventually you'll just get into the groove, right? You'll just get into doing it each and every day, each and every week, each and every 2 weeks, whatever the time is. Whenever you do your outlet, whenever you do your hobby, you're going to have that time. And then you'll realize, hey, I'm doing a routine. If you want to go play basketball every week at a certain time, then you do that. If you want to run every day at a certain time, then you get used to that. You want to play a board game, going back to board games every week at a certain time, then you have that to do. But then as you look back on all these things, you'll notice that you have started to establish a routine. And for people with ADHD, that's amazing. Because it's so hard when you have ADHD, it's so hard to get into a routine to actually have even a little bit of a schedule, a little bit of routine that you can really depend on. That you know, hey, this is what I'm going to do at this certain time each and every day, or this is what I know what I'm going to do in a certain time each and every week. It's kind of this flexible schedule, right? When you have ADHD, you're just like, okay, these are things I want to do today. And yeah, it's going to be great if I get them all done, but it's flexible. It's not exactly set in stone. If I make it to do this thing, make it to do that thing, that's great. Maybe I won't make it to do all these things on time, but I know I got to get these certain things done and I'll make sure I do those. But then now, if you have an outlet, if you have a hobby, you can say, okay, I really look forward to doing this hobby or doing this outlet. Now, the other amazing thing about it is if you have a hobby or outlet that you really like, you then can use that as a reward to motivate yourself to get everything else done. You're like, hey, I want to do my hobby or outlet, but I won't do that until I get these things done. And so in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, I can't go do my hobby or outlet until I get all these things done. So you're motivated now. You are motivated. You're moving in that direction because you're like, I want to have my hobby. I want to do my outlet. I want to get to that place where I can just relax for a minute and I know how to get this stuff done. And that's a reward for me. Number eight, you know what else is cool about an outlet or having a hobby? It helps you to go more places sometimes. If you like hiking or going on day trips or going on trips to the beach or whatever it is, if you like going to these different places, maybe you're just a movie buff and you want to go just go to different movie theaters, which I like to do. I love movies. But the point is that having an outlet where you kind of move around and go to these different places and travel can help you meet people. Now, you don't have to actually travel. Maybe you just have a meetup group that wants to go bike riding or wants to run or wants to play board games or wants to play video games or wants to do pottery or wants to write, whatever it is. You have these different groups. And the amazing thing about that is going to be that you are going to meet other people in those groups. You're going to meet different people and new people, and that's just kind of how it goes. You go to a meetup group and you're going to do an activity together. So generally there's going to be talking and you'll meet other people. And it'll be kind of in a comfortable environment, right? Because you're going there and you know that you have all these things in common with these other people. You know that, hey, we are going to go bike riding together. I know that all these people are bike riding enthusiasts or they just like to bike ride in general. And so that is the one common ground. And you can talk about bike riding to your heart's content with everybody in the group, which just is really cool. It's comfortable. You know, you go somewhere, you know that someone has the same interests as you, and now you're in a group of people with the same interests as you. That's an amazing thing because it kind of takes the stress down. Now, you may be stressed out about meeting new people, maybe you're stressed out about kind of going different places and everything like that, but it's great. It's a great thing if you have an outlet to where you travel different places or go to different places, experience different things. Maybe your outlet is like food. And not the fact of just eating food, but going to places like diners and different restaurants and going and just going to different places to eat that are really like different, that don't just serve the normal, meal that you would have or fast food or whatever. Just go to some place and be like, wow, they serve this amazing thing that is not anywhere else. So, funny story that I just read about the other day. There is this chef, and he has, I guess he's called the sprinkle salt guy, chef, whatever, right? And he now has a steak that he wraps in 24 karat gold. And you eat the steak. He cooks it in this 24 karat gold and he charges a huge price with it, a huge amount of money for it. And then you go and he cooks it and it's exclusive at his restaurants, and then you eat a steak. And the funniest thing is one person was eating this steak. I think the steak has like gold the steak has like these gold flakes on it that dissolve or whatever, so it's really okay for you to eat. But the thing is, someone is talking about the steak and they were like, "This is the best steak I've ever had," and I don't know if it's because I paid $700 for the steak or if it's just a really good steak. And I don't know about you, but if I pay $700 for a steak, it better be amazing. It better be one of the best steaks I've ever had. But this guy's very famous, and this is something he's doing, and it's just different. So if you are into going to different places to eat, then you might say, "Wow, I want to have that experience. I want to go there. I want to go to this exclusive restaurant." And that's your way to have your outlet. That's your way to do your hobby. But the thing is, you're now going out to more different places and going to different restaurants to actually do the thing that you love to do. Number 9. You know what's great about an outlet or a hobby is you get to choose, and you could choose to do nothing at all. And what I mean by that is this: you can choose to take your 20 or 30 minutes and just do nothing. And what I mean by that is you can just get in your rocking chair, you can get on your couch, you can do whatever you want to do. You can sit at a table and just take in nature if you want to. Like if you're outside, you sit on a table and just take in nature. Or you just sit in your rocking chair or your couch or whatever and then put on some music and you are good. You just put on music and listen to music for a little while. You're not doing anything, but you're taking time out of your day to say, "Hey, I am going to take these 20 minutes or these 30 minutes to just do nothing." And that's okay. If that's what you want to do, it is your choice. Now, me personally, I like to do something else. I like to not just do nothing for a little while. I want to go and do something different or try something different. But if you want to, you can just say, "Hey, I am not going to choose a hobby. I'm not going to experience anything new. I'm just going to do nothing for 30 minutes. I'm just going to take time out to where I don't have to stress about anything." And that's okay. As long as you're doing the self care part of having time that you just get to take the stress away, that you just get to concentrate on pretty much nothing that's going to be stressful and just have time alone. You can meditate, you can do yoga, you can do whatever you want to do in that time. Just as long as you have some activity, something that you can do that really does take the stress away, that you can do that helps you to just kind of relax. That is what is important. So just remember that if you want to, your outlet could be absolutely nothing. You could do nothing. You could specialize in naps for your outlet. That's just what you can do. Number 10. So, last but not least, what I want to say is number 10 is really what this has all been about: de stressing. Outlet, hobby takes your stress away or helps to take your stress away. I don't know if it could take all your stress away. You had that commercial growing up where Calgon, take me away kind of thing. That's not going to happen, I don't think. But anyway, the whole point of the outlet, the whole point of a hobby is to be able to take your stress level down, to help take some stress off you just for a little while, just for a minute. So you have some time to relax, so you have some time to where you are not stressed out. And that is what the amazing thing is. When you find that outlet, when you find that hobby that you want to do, that is your choice, that is something you have found, that you have discovered, that you love to do, and you can do it and you schedule at a certain time each and every week or each and every month or every day or whenever, and you look forward to it, and then you get to do it and you do it and you find that you just don't have a lot of stress at that time. Your stress just kind of goes away. Then that can be an amazing thing. That can be awesome for you. That can be something that you just are like, "Yes, I love my outlet. I love my hobby." Even if you're specializing in naps, still, the thing about it is you found something to take the stress away. And that's what it is all about. It's about taking that stress away. And like I said, I know you can't take it away completely. It would be awesome if you could find something like that. If you do, let me know. But the point is this: You just want to lower the stress levels. You just want to find something that can help you lower your stress level for just a little while. Because the amazing thing that's going to happen is when you do, you're just going to feel better throughout your day. You'll be like, okay, I had a tough day, but I got to do my outlet, got to do my hobby, and now I feel a lot better. Now I can take on the world. So that's the whole point. That was number 10. And maybe it was cheesy to do taking away your stress at number 10 because everything else kind of said that. But it's a good point that we just need to have less stress. We need to find something to take away the stress. We need to find something to lessen the stress in our lives because it is a great way to do self care for ourselves. And I think overall, it will just help in general. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the information. Let me know if you like the podcast or YouTube channel. Leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for listening if you're on the podcast app. And I will talk to you later.